All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor unto the Most High Power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors onto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom salutations to you sincere brothers that's out there that pushes this word. My name is Thapo Amath of Great Millstone Northwest. All right, and let me just go ahead and open it with this scripture. All right, this is Psalms chapter 23, verse 1. A psalm of David. The Lord, which is that word Lord right there, is the name of the Lord, Yahweh, right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Okay, so let's look up this word shepherd real quick, and this is proof that that word right there was Yahweh. All right, the Lord Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. So looking up that word shepherd, all right, and it comes from Ra'aiha. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, Salakia. All right, and I know if I play this, he's gonna say it all incorrect, but it's the Strong's H7462. All right, and it says to pasture 10, graze, feed to 10, to pasture, to shepherd, to of ruler, of teacher, of people as flock, shepherd, herdsman, to feed, graze, of cows, sheep, etc., of idolater, Israel as a flock, shepherd, shepherdess, to be associated with, be a friend of, all right, be associated with, to be companions, to be a special friend. All right, so that's the definition of shepherd. Let's return to the scripture. It says that the Lord Yahweh is my shepherd. So Yahweh is my special friend. Yahweh is who tends to me. Yahweh is who gives me pasture. All right, it says I shall not want. So the shepherd, man, we are actually commanded to be a shepherd. All right, yes, the Lord is our shepherd, and even the Lord Yahweh Shai is our shepherd. Okay, but we also here, the brothers that does this, that are actively engaged in the work, we also are shepherds, man, and I'm gonna prove that with the scriptures to come. Let me continue with this though. This is Psalms chapter 23 verse 2. It says, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures, he leadeth me beside the still waters, he restoreth my soul, he leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. All right, and again, this is speaking about the Lord Yahweh. All right, so as I was saying earlier, we are commanded also to be a shepherd, and that's proven in John the 21st chapter. All right, starting around the 15th verse, Yahweh Shai is having a conversation with Simon Peter. Okay, John chapter 21 verse 15. So when they had dined, Yahweh Shai, Salakia, saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my lambs. All right, and brothers have gone over this many times, so you already know the scenario about what's going on here. Okay, and pretty much Yahweh Shai is going to ask Peter this 3 times and ask him if he loves him, and Peter is going to tell him each time that yes, he does love him, you know, and he says, okay, feed my sheep and feed my lambs. All right, so what's that? When we looked up the word for shepherd from Psalms the 23rd chapter, it says to pasture, 10, graze, and feed. Okay, so that's the job of a shepherd. So what does the shepherd do? The shepherd feeds the lambs. Okay, so this is proof that we also are commanded to be shepherds. All right, because the flock is the nation of Israel, specifically the 1/3 and the 144,000 elect remnant. Okay, so that we are commanded to feed the sheep. We are commanded to tend to the sheep, to the lamb. All right, to our people, to the nation of Israel specifically. All right, those that are in their right mind, that is. And how do we actually feed them? We feed them by breaking down these scriptures, man. All right, It says, this is Hebrews the 5th chapter, verse 12. It says, for when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. All right, because we come in as newborn babes in this thing, man. And as I said, our job is to actually feed the flock. How are you going to be feeding the flock if they're coming in as newborn babes, but only thing you're throwing to them is strong meat? You know, only thing you're throwing to them is things that they can't chew and things they can't digest. That's why you're supposed to present them with milk. All right. And the reason why you present them with milk is because they're new, they're unskillful. All right. As it says in verse 13, it says, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. All right. I'm a babe. The brothers that serve with me here in Great Millstone Northwest, we're babes. All right. Majority of the brothers that's current in Great Millstone is babes, you know, outside of the apostles and the elders. We got a lot of babes. All right. But for us all to be on one accord, for us all to be in unison with our teachings, we have to be able to teach each other. All right. And the only way you be able to do that is if you're actually using what a babe can break down, which a babe can break down milk. All right. A babe can digest milk. All right. Can pull the nutrients out of milk. But strong meat is going to be too high. It's going to be too hard for a babe. All right. Which most of us are. Okay. Verse 14, it says, but strong meat belongeth to them which are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised by the discernment both have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil, which those are the apostles and the elders and a couple of the older brothers that's been in this thing for a good little bit. You know, they can take that meat and be able to break down that meat. We can't receive that meat unless they actually break it down to where we can, you know, to where we can chew it in our little baby mouths, man. You know, so we're commanded to be a shepherd, which the job of the shepherd primarily is to feed the flock. And how do we feed the flock? We feed them with things that they are able to understand, man. Things that they are able to perceive, which is going to be, for the most part, it's going to be milk. All right. This is John the 10th chapter. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, then say Yahushua unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Okay, so Yahushua literally did give his life for the sheep, and you got to be prepared to do that as well, man. You know, to take that give that grand sacrifice for the sheep, man, which is the brothers that are sincere in this thing, the elect. All right, the 144,000, the hopeful elect, the brothers that are true. You know, it says reading down, because we are to be shepherds and not to be hirelings. This is 10 in John 10 and 12. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeing the wolf cometh, he leaveth the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf chaseth them and scattereth the sheep. So you got people that are hirelings. You got guys that are not really sincere in this thing, man. You know, they're here for a time, and that is it. For whatever reason, the Most High has casted them for that time. That is the Most High's plan. So you got some guys that's in this thing that are not sincere, because they are a hireling, man, and they're not a shepherd. Okay, but those guys will get casted out, because it says that when that wolf comes, what do? They flee. Meaning when shit hits the fan, when it's no longer cool to be an Israelite, man, when we start getting persecuted, those hirelings are gonna flee. You know, the brothers that are not really into the Lord, they're gonna flee, man. All right. It says, the hireling fleeth because he is an hireling and careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep and am known of mine. So Yahushua says that he knows his sheep and his sheep also knows him, man. Okay. Last scripture I'm gonna get, just for the sake of time, it's gonna be 1 Peter chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being ensamples of the flock. All right, so not trying to be that it guy, the top man in charge, you know, because you got those the new novices, the wee little ewe lamb that want to stand up and lead the entire flock, be the shepherd, you know, the chief shepherd, the high shepherd, right? You got guys out there that try to be that, but we're not to be lords over. It says we're not doing this to be lords over the Most High's heritage. All right, we're not doing this just for that fame, like certain guys we know do. All right, it says but being ensamples of the flock. All right, being a good ensample or example of to the flock, man. You know, it says and when the chief shepherd shall appear. Who's that chief shepherd? The chief shepherd is Yahushua, man. It says, and when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Why? Because you actually was feeding the flock, man. You was taking care of the Lord's of his possession. Okay, so when he comes back and sees that his possession is still in good standing, it's still, you know, it's in a better condition than when he left it. He's gonna give a reward for that, man. You know, but basically the point of it, the point of this lesson, what I really wanted you to bring out, or to be able to pull out of this, is that we gotta feed the flock, man. That's something that was commanded on to us, is for us to actually feed the flock. Okay, and how do we feed the flock? We feed the flock by breaking down these scriptures to them, breaking down what's happening in the world, you know, to the flock. All right, and you can't do that, one, if you're not sincere with this thing, if you're just a hireling. Two, if you're not even bringing out the correct doctrine, you know, you're not going to be able to actually feed the flock, man. Or three, if you're only trying to bring out strictly meat, you know, trying to go over everybody's head, that's not going to work either, man. But either way, that was the lesson, man. Lord willing, brothers was able to pull something out of that. You know, again, I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor unto the Most High Power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And, you know, shalom, salutations. Mercy and blessings unto you sincere brothers that's out there that push this word, you know, truly striving to be a part of the elect. All right, until next time, shalom.